So, hey everybody, so welcome to The Way with Neo again. So, excuse if I'm like not looking to the camera all the time or not have you. This is what I do to keep me out of trouble and buy milk and bread. um, just now, okay, let me just refocus my thoughts. I started this channel because I really did feel that that was what God was pointing me towards. And for me, I feel God speaks to me in nuances, His word repeatedly, or it pops out, or it's sounds schizophrenic, or it's a voice that I feel I hear. And it's almost like, when, okay, I don't know about people who are not multilingual, but like if I am, so if somebody speaks to me in my home language, Tswana, and I happen to be like, say, some place like Durban where it's mostly Zulu people and Namba Tswana people, and somebody come across who speaks Tswana, it's just so powerful, you know? um, Even if the person's a total stranger, you just click, you just feel that thing. So kind of like that's how it feels like for me when um, I feel I hear God. And I know I'm using the word feel a lot, but it's about hearing God for ourselves personally, because He's a personal God. So my point today is that we each have a purpose, because he says He has a plan, and a purpose for each of us, and it's not for calamity, but it's to an expected end, an expected end as in a good end. So our expectation from God ought to be good. So when I started this, it was mainly just to speak on how I've traveled this way with the Lord, and that said, it's a very interesting life, because you don't have the exact same experience as everybody else. And you've got to be careful when there is a formula to this life with Jesus in your life. Be alert to when there is a uniformity, like where everybody does things the same way, borderline cult, if not cult, you know. And I guess for me, it's been a little bit easy and also difficult, because I've kind of never gone where everybody else is going. Everybody's like, we're going that way, and I'm like, okay, that way. I mean, hey, people look at me, it's like, what's this 40-odd woman doing with youthful hair? Says who? That's kind of probably my life motto. Says who? But also, when it comes to Christ, it is so important to have that one-on-one feel. That me and Jesus feel. And I think that's why, for me, I understand why so many preachers use the word intimacy when they preach on a relationship with Jesus. I don't know. I guess because everybody's going that way and I'm going to go that way, the word intimacy doesn't work for me. Just kind of feels weird, kind of feels weird. Weird, like weird. So no, don't quite like that word. But I do understand the customized feel of that life with Jesus. And the past few years, I guess you could say, I've gone through a what do they call it again? all these new finagled words. But it's kind of like a breakdown of what I knew to kind of like find the core of Jesus in me and who I'm supposed to be in Him. Instead of being just that sheep always following where everybody else is following. And I guess you could say I'm the one sheep out of the 100 if it's a thing, if you want to look at it that way. So basically, this morning, I just want to encourage all of you, any of you who are watching, that, if what you're going through in Christ, or you are questioning, or you are looking at Christ and thinking, why Jesus, why Him, why shouldn't I, consider that sense of caution. If somebody says, go this way, this is Jesus and how Jesus is done, or if you are going through Jesus and you feel like you've hit a wall, and if you have, there's a very good reason for that feeling. So don't believe yourself to be out of God's touch or path. When you feel like that, as far as I've discovered, is that God has got no issue with us questioning. Questioning Him, questioning the cross, questioning. Because in the very book of Acts, where I got this, the way part of this program, is that it does say that when you hear the word, you must, take it, and you are allowed to question. Something along those lines. Guys, I'm never going to be able to expertly just, quote these scriptures exactly as they are. And I don't think that's what they are there for all the time anyway. And so, yeah, I just thought I would quickly encourage everybody, if I go back to making more of these, and let you know that, wherever you are, you have a purpose. And the purpose is Christ-centric. Not your failures and not what everybody else says, but what Christ says. So in order to do so, find what Christ says. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Okay. Cheers.